I'm calling in the creator to the CEO who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss. With me, Katrina Julia, as your host, multi-passionate entrepreneur, creator, and CEO who has walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and continues to, with experience in 7+ industries, 7,000 plus creators and startups, to creators to Fortune 500 brands, including Google, NBC, Victoria's Secret, and more. If you are ready to create it like never before in faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and more, this is the show for you. If this is your time to have freedom in all forms as you create it like a boss, let's create it.
Welcome back to
Welcome back to Create It for Creators and CEOs. And in today's episode, we are diving deep into my creator confessions, the real behind the real. And I realized that I hadn't recorded a creator confessions in several months. And so, side note, if you love insights and the real behind the real, you will definitely want to get on my newsletter, which you can do at the link in the show notes. And so that you never ever miss it, whether I record it or not, because I always send out a monthly newsletter on this, and I haven't missed a single month. So, in Creator Confessions, this is where I spill the real behind the real every month. No filters, no fluff. I dive into highlights from my month across faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and community. It's the behind the scenes journey of creating a life and business you love and hearing firsthand the reflections. So we go through confessions, the creator circle, a snapshot, events, and creator world. What's next? So September was a very interesting month as well. So I left uh, Asia and Indonesia and Bali specifically in July and flew through Singapore. San Francisco, was in the US for about a week or so in Dallas between the Herbalife event and visiting some best friends. And then I went back to South America in Ecuador, which was a pending location for me back in 2021. So it's interesting to see how things come full circle in so many things in life. And so that brings us back into September because the end of July, I was already in Ecuador. So I spent August in Manta, Ecuador. And you can visit Ecuador for 3 months as a US citizen without a visa and just fill out an immigration and customs form online and show proof of onward travel. And there you have it. So I came the end of July and I have to leave before October 28th. And so more and more and more, I feel aligned to slow travel. So in August, I was in Manta. I joined the local gym. I worked out of an Airbnb. I went to the beach, just some highlights from August. And then in September, I migrated to the coast and stayed in a cute little village, Rio Chico, close to Montanita Beach, and stayed in a beautiful 2-story, mostly open air, like home in the middle of nature. I had saved this beautiful home it back over a year ago. Oh no, back in 2021. So I've saved it for years. So it was so beautiful to have it manifest. And I stayed there a month. And the only reason I left, because I was planning on staying on the coast longer regardless, is a couple had already booked the house before I came in the first week of October. So then that took me into Montanita because I wanted to be closer in town where I could walk to the gym and different things and simply take the bus or the colectivo up and down the coast for mostly like 50 cents one way to go to towns like Ayampe or Alone or Las Frayas Beach that's in Parque Machalia, which I haven't been yet. So that's kind of the insights of where I am in the world and what's been going on since leaving Asia into then August, July, August, September, and then now I'm recording this October 9th, 2 days after my birthday, 47 years young. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And that takes us into this recap with Slow September and spending that entire month. I left Manta September 3rd and then what was in that nature home all of the rest of September and migrated to Montanita over here on October 4th. So, slow September, faith. I stayed aligned and amplified with faith. I increased prayer and listening to prayers and messages. I stayed on track with Transformation Church and watched 2 sermons. And I watched 5+ videos from uh, Shin Wisdom and Napoleon Hill. And in the newsletter, I link different things that I share as well. With wellness, my workout days stayed similar in September compared to August. Although, from a wellness perspective, it was a really weird month for me. I normally never get sick. I ended up getting the flu a whole week and a sore throat 2 times across 2 weeks. So I think it was a combo of stress and travel. And at the same time, this showed me the power of consistency and 80% nutrition and 20% fitness and 100% mindset as my results stayed the same. Like I didn't gain weight, I stayed consistent with being super healthy. During September, as I shared, I spent the month near Montanita, Ecuador, in a town or close to a town called Rio Chico near Cadiete, and the home that you can find on my Instagram at Katrina Julia Fit, or on my YouTube channel Limitless Global Girl, or on my TikTok Miss Creator Bestie is absolutely amazing. Wealth, I increased alignment and flow with finances. So in the midst of circumstances, I stayed calm with faith and works in every avenue. Even the days I was sick for the most part, I still cleared emails. I still had automation set up. I still had my AI agents. I still responded and submitted to different opportunities. So it was very surreal, even with not feeling well. I still kept moving momentum, so to speak. And the days where I didn't feel like there was a couple, I think like 1 or 2 days where I felt really, really bad and I slept. I slept. So experiencing increasing in chaos and clutter and trust is a test. Increased chat GPT forecasts with brands and creator launches. Management of money and momentum improved by over 25% and identified new areas to improve both from an aspect of priorities and focus, so increasing top line and increasing profitability and decreasing expenses. I completed an updated QuickBooks accounting for 2025 up through August of 2025. With marketing and business, increased marketing flow. So, one of my more popular blog posts this year and show episodes is the ultimate marketing flow for creators and brands. And I talk about the priorities from brands to long form content through blogs, through videos, through then aligning it to social, also aligning the blogs and the entire creator launch to email launches, and then repurposing and automating and delegating with tech tools like Apollo.io, my AI agents, and Kajabi. So I got the marketing flow even more in an alignment real time. So from an aspect of, the theme for, a week is like the last 2 weeks was say creator school. So amplifying the outreach with brands and automating it with Apollo.io. I had emails pre-scheduled, which I'll talk about that in a bit. Social media magnified and amplified and pre-scheduled shorts on YouTube, content, a whole bunch of different things coming up. So I definitely recommend you dive deep into that episode and that blog post. I completed $20+ million. Yes, 20 plus million in proposals in the month of September. So it's interesting because from an aspect of flow and things going on in my body, it was a slower month. I also, pretty much like I didn't, besides, of course, it's an adventure being in Ecuador, but beyond being at the place, I didn't have any other adventures, which is interesting because normally, if you've been tuning in or you follow me on social media, or you connect with me, you know that typically I have different adventures, whether it's scuba diving, waterfalls, rice fields, take your pick, on a weekly or at least an adventure every 2 weeks. And so September from that aspect was also really, really interesting for me because of several things, plus how I felt. I didn't have any. So now going into October, you'll definitely see at least 2 to 4 different adventures. I already have some coming up between possibly tomorrow and or Tuesday. So yeah, so it's really, really interesting. So yes, this is a 15 million increase over the last month. And this is due to aligned and amplified action and an amazing new platform I found, which you can find the specific access and link because you have to be invited when you enter into my creator circle for free, which gives you a free preview of Creator School, and or you head on over to bit.ly/join Creator School, and I share in there several invitations for a platform called Mercor. And Mercor is an amazing platform that's fused with AI, and the interviews are done with an AI interview agent. So if you're interested in a role and some of the roles are $100+ an hour and you're paid weekly, you can immediately submit after you sign up with the platform and you accept the invitation, you can immediately submit the interview, which already puts you, um, you know, eons ahead as far as in a pipeline and in conversion. Because normally when you're submitting, a brand pitch or an email, whether it's cold outreach or warm outreach, there's then the step where someone responds, or then the next step of, another application or an interview. Versus on this platform, you find the opportunity, you submit the interview. And I already won one project last month where I was granted already like a trial, and I completed a super cool AI agent project on what's called a rubrics and dissecting the different elements of extensive prompts that are targeted to like take AI on steroids with professional roles. So it was an amazing opportunity to learn and dive even deeper into AI and what I'm already doing, but taking it a step, like steps further, next level, steps further, like levels up further. So I track these in my ClickUp templates, which you can also take a peek at the 10 templates, 10 must have creator templates across ClickUp, across Notion, across Canva that I share on the blog, on the show, and they're all included in Creator School when you join for the year and or get on the payment plan. And I also share the previews on that blog post and on the show. And you can also get them separately at bit.ly/create it like a boss in a bundle. So I scheduled creator brand outreach of 1,500+ emails for AI agents and signed up with 3+ new creator platforms as a creator and a brand. So number 5, creator content or content creation. Scheduled Creator School emails from September to the end of the first week of October. I created weekly content batches for IG, YouTube, LinkedIn, Threads, and TikTok. My next goal is to schedule these out for the month. So I cleared over 300+ pieces of content from drafts across all those channels. So almost actually miraculously aligned real time. So even when I was sick, I was scheduling a lot of these contents, and which is impacted, and the results are already showcasing massively because I redirected my focus to focus first on YouTube for several reasons. So YouTube, it's an SEO friendly, you know, channel. It's been around for decades, and they monetize creators better than any other platform directly through the platform. So I have reached the subscribers on YouTube, but I haven't yet reached the watch time and or the shorts views. And not only the monetization, so my next goal is to reach monetization of 100 for the month, 1,000 for the month, 10,000 plus monthly, the first, like, so 100 first, and etc. on YouTube. And not only that, you guys, but I'm part of a community with YouTube directly on YouTube Shorts with a manager of Haley, and I got invited into the community because back in, I believe it was 2022 or 23, I was invited into a project with Google and YouTube for 100 plus videos paid, simply to repurpose from my Instagram onto YouTube for my travel videos. And recently, in that community, they sent out that YouTube is now launching, also on top of everything else, if you're monetized, a platform with brands where brands will request videos, and for one video, we can get paid up to $3,500. So it's amazing. Like, YouTube from every angle is really, really, really focusing on rewarding creators. And not only that, but creators like Mr. Beast, as a result of their success and results on YouTube, he has a show now on Amazon. So it shows you the power of the platform. Not only that, but I've recognized with creators like Vanessa Lau or Maria Went that I learn from and follow, that they focused first on YouTube, and then that spilled over rapidly and avidly into the followers' reach, engagement on other platforms like Instagram, etc. At the same time, I'm magnetizing and multiplying on every channel, because now, going back to what I shared earlier with my marketing flow and clearing and using AI agents and automation, it's freeing up my time massively. So the next steps along that is to pre-schedule for the month, to use platforms deeper like Later Media, further and further and further. So with my YouTube channel, as of the end of September, I already saw a view increase of over 370% with solely organic content, okay, to 50,000 plus views for the month. My watch time increased over 240% by the end of September to 90 plus hours, those solely for that month. My subscribers increased 600%. So I realized, like, my Instagram, when I was focusing solely on Instagram, the results are not increasing to this level on solely organic content. Now, granted, with some of my ads, with like investing less than $10 in 1 month on one of my creator retreats ads, I had 15% click through rates and 175,000 views. So I definitely see the value of ads and see a lot of creators like Professional Traveler, Jasmine Star, Maria Went investing in ads to expand reach, followers, etc. on IG, as well as integrate ManyChat, which is automated DMs and responses, which I do. So I also loaded 2 YouTube videos and 136, yes, 136 short form videos on YouTube. So that shows you the level of action and amplification and alignment, especially compared to prior months, that I've taken in every avenue. So I maintain the priorities and amplified them, like what you heard earlier with creator brands, and intensified the alignment and the flow and the social media. So, and then I'm seeing these results here. And then I loaded 4 podcasts on Spotify that was repurposed from other videos on IG, so you can see where it shifted. So you just heard the volume of shorts on YouTube, 136, versus on IG, I shared 20 reels. and I'm sure like hundreds of stories, but overall 20 reels. And I did maintain in September a reach of 80,000 plus. And then I do uh, and did repurpose content across channels with different workflows with a tool called repurpose.io that I also share in the creator circle. Now, alongside all that, and this part is crazy as well, you guys, this is where I go into my AI use in September. So, if you haven't yet gotten into my free preview AI agents, which are also showcased in my creator circle with the preview versions, so like the AI agent light, so to speak, you are missing out because even the free versions are alone worth thousands of dollars that I'm giving you away for free. Then, if you upgrade, there's paid versions on Gumroad, a platform. I'm Miss Creator on Gumroad, Shopify on Etsy. You can upgrade to the paid versions. However, in my Creator School for the year, you can get all my AI agents right now, over 7 of them. That alone is literally worth over $25,000. I have a creator content AI agent, creator cash AI agent, creator email AI agent, creator launch AI agent. You guys, it's crazy. So, with that in mind, in September, because of AI, with my email sequences, with Creator School, the Bestie contest, I saved over 25 hours. With the social bundles, reels, captions, carousels, and so I literally ask AI, what did I spend my time on in XYZ month, and then what was my AI use across areas, and what's my ROI. So literally, it's a prompt. Retreats, with the ad, I saved over 10 hours. Press release was saved about 5 hours. AI agents, the free preview, the paid packaging, over 25 hours were saved. The listings for the platforms, about 12 hours saved compared to what it would have taken manually. Scenario testing on Creator Cash with with my creator brands, creator treats, and school, over 15 hours saved. Weekly forecasts and automations, 12 hours saved. Then into marketing content with batching and getting across platforms content, Reels, LinkedIn, YouTube, Threads, 30 hours saved. And then repurposing with the tools I mentioned, like Opus Clip or Repurpose, 8 hours saved. I also used AI this month for deeper insight into supplements and nutrition, as well as journaling and reflecting for polarity and energy and relationship coaching. And so, with that, saved over 6 hours. And when I compared, I asked ChatGPT to compare August versus September on my AI use. And in September, in spite of the illnesses, in spite of how I felt or different circumstances or chaos, AI still had my back massively, and I still prioritized and focused because not only did you just hear all the increases and the shares, I amplified the use of AI authentically, completely, aligned to me, over 50 hours for a total of over 50 hours over what I invested and saved in August. So in August, my AI use was about 100, or saved me about 100, or created about 113 hours. Versus in September, because of the way I accelerated, aligned, amplified the use, it estimated about hours saved slash created 163 hours. You guys, if you think about that, that's like I literally co-created. So this is where you get into quantum leaping. And this is where you get into a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. Isaiah 55:1. I literally added an entire month to my life, my productivity acceleration. Because if you think about it, for an average 40-hour work week, that's 160 hours in a month. Because of AI and how I used AI strategically, I literally added 160 hours slash saved them. And that was an increase of an added 50 hours, co created, manifested, amplified in September over August. So the ROI, and this is additionally how I quantify it and qualify it, beyond the perceived hours created or saved, I tell ChatGPT value every hour as $100 to $1,000 per hour. And side note, if you want to be a millionaire and work a certain number of hours and take say a month to 2 months off every year, then your average hourly rate, so this is where you can start to see your value and what you say yes to and what you say no to, is about $600 an hour. So I tell ChatGPT value each hour at $100 to $1,000 an hour. And so ChatGPT valued this at $16,300 to $163,000. The ChatGPT investment is $20 a month, you guys, and you can use the free version. But back when I was in Thailand in March, I started using AI so much in creating my AI agents and different avenues that I kept bumping up against the free use. So I upgraded. I was like, $20, come on, for all the value I'm getting. So the ROI multiple on this is 815 times to 8,150 times. This is up from 565 times to 5,650 times in August. Like, that's insane. That's insane return on investment. 8,000 times ROI. So September, I shared the increases. The biggest jump was Creator CFO or Creator Cash, and strong gains in marketing and AI agents. So number 7, learning. Completed the $100 million money model with Alex and Layla Hermosi, the live session. Completed 7 plus additional videos on vision, manifesting, and EFT, or emotional freedom technique. Clearing, number 8. So I'm big on clearing, clearing clutter physically, clearing clutter emotionally, clearing clutter in content, like everything. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves is if, like, I can't stand if I have more than like 100 pending videos or pictures or items on my phone. Like, so it drives me nuts when I see people have thousands of photos and different things like not filed and not organized, and or emails like on their phone. So I cleared over 200 emails in September down to less than 80 in my inbox. Cleared my phone to less than 75 videos and pictures. My inbox is usually less than 25, but my combo of the aligning flow, pending items to share on social, not scaled yet, this culminated in the snowball and increased focus to scale. And I did improve over 35% from May to September. My goal between October to November is to be back to less than 25. And actually, right now, as of October 9th, I'm already under 35. So I'm very, very confident it's going to get there in October. I cleared over 100 draft videos in YouTube that I had pending. From literally, you guys, I had videos in my drafts in YouTube from January, from Vietnam. So I was like, I get to clear this. I cleared over 15 draft videos in my YouTube. Cleared over, I'm sorry, I said over 100 draft videos in YouTube, over 15 draft videos in Instagram. And I've been testing the test reels, the trial reels. I cleared over 15 draft videos in TikTok as well. So one of my goals in October is to get my TikTok drafts under 100. So my YouTube drafts and my Instagram, my YouTube drafts are now like under 40. So I'm almost there. I'm almost cleared and aligned. Then my Instagram is like over 100. So I noticed I have several there. And those only go back to about July of this year in Bali. So they're not as quote unquote, backed up as my YouTube ones were. And then TikTok, I have about 130 right now. So I know, like, by this time next week, I'll have it under 100 for both IG and TikTok, and then we'll clear more. So, like, my goal is in November to be under 50, and then in December to be fully aligned, or sooner, walking into 2026. So my travel stayed stable, which is another reason why I recognize and know I'm able to clear and amplify so much. I started and ended the month in Ecuador. I stayed in the Airbnb from Manta until September 3rd. from um, early August, and I stayed a couple days in Guayaquil. That's where I flew in to from Dallas, and I had a stop or a layover in Colombia and Bogota. Then the Airbnb I mentioned, the open air wooden place. So number 10, community. I'm continually called to create community online in real life. And I won a project in Spain with Pueblo Ingles, which is like an English Spanish school on both sides, English to Spanish, Spanish to Polish. And it's a cultural and language immersion to stay a week, and the stay is covered. I pitched 7+ travel community collaborations between Right Fit and Travel Massive. And my next goal is to increase in real life community in Miami. And then I also was using ChatGPT this week to really align and solidify sort of my travel flow to where I stay like in the same area or the same country or the same home for the quarter. So, for example, right now it's fourth quarter, October, and I started, October, November, December, fourth quarter in Ecuador. Because of the visa, I have to leave by October 27th. And as of right now, likely my next destination, which is also the easiest, the simplest, the same time zone close by, is Mancora, Peru. So I was debating on going to Quito and or Baños to see waterfalls and different things. But then I started thinking about logistically, financially, the time. And then I also started thinking about, okay, I don't really like, yes, I like to see historical things and whatnot, but like, am I going to die if I don't go to Quito to see ABC 123? No, I love beaches more. I love water sports more, whether it's scuba, snorkel, free dive, surf, parasail. And so I started researching deeper, like where is there more sunshine? Where will I know that I'll be happier? Where is there more community? So that's how I discovered Mancora, Peru, and whatnot. And then I'm still figuring out if I am going to go to Spain mid-November, because I'm having some challenges with communication and logistics, because I had originally submitted with my mom, but now they're having issues. And then I'm also thinking about the temperature and the cold and the time zone differences. So where I'll be isn't too cold, and I'll only be there for a week. It's maybe 2 hours away from Madrid towards the south. And then I would go to Costa del Sol, which it's usually around 20-ish degrees, like it's a pretty mild winter and still sun. At the same time, the airfare will literally cost, if it's not hosted or sponsored, it will literally cost almost the same, like 2 months of me simply staying in Peru. Like, I found a beautiful beach place for 300 a month in Mancora, Peru, like super colorful, super Instagrammable, super content worthy, walking distance from the beach, kitchen, several outdoor working spaces, all the things, you guys. So I'm like, do I fly and go here for 1 week and add, potentially issues with immune system, travel logistics, impacts on flow, on momentum, etc., and then go there for a week and then go to the south of Spain for a month, and then maybe Egypt or Morocco stays warm, etc. Or do I keep it simple and stay for a month to 2 months in Peru, and or keep going through South America? So, I'm focusing on aiming more for simplicity and flow, and being, aligned and momentum and cost effective, and clearing clutter, clearing chaos, and recognizing where I created it in the past or I was unaware of it in the past. So, 7 ways to create it: creator tools, creator bundle, creator AI, templates, creator school, creator brands, creator retreats. You can find all of that at the link in the show notes. And then creator world, what's next? So we are now, we've completed 9 months into 2025. Oh my God, we're in the 10th month of the year. I am so proud of myself for September, in spite of the suck and the slow. There is so much more that I will share into and in 2026 that blows my mind, and I know it's going to blow your mind. and the ability to choose peace and purpose and calm and clarity and through it all. So I celebrated my birthday this year in Montanita, Ecuador. Travel in Ecuador. I shared, where I stayed, and this helped me focus and create, for upcoming trips. So I almost went today to Isla de Pelado, and I say almost because I was on the boat, paid the $15. We were waiting for two more people to come that were supposed to come, but then it started getting cloudier and cloudier and cloudier, and I ended up waiting like 30 minutes. And I told them, I said, and the guides were super nice, like $15, you guys, to go visit an island, snorkel, see this amazing Christ statue underwater, see amazing, coral reefs, fish, turtles, all the things. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And they wait for, the boat to have, a certain number of people depending on the day, and of course to be profitable. And since I'm here still for at least a week to 2 weeks, and I was like, I have the time, I have the flexibility. I said, can you guys just give me, the money back, and I'll come back a different day when it's sunny. And I'll come back earlier, since I realize now, just more the logistics. And I thought like maybe because I had amazing ceviche where they made it in front of my eyes on the beach, and then it was super sunny. Like I had a great convo with Jerson, the guy that made the ceviche. It's in video short on my YouTube channel at Limitless Global Girl already too. And so, and then Paul helped me, and so I told him, well, maybe I'll go tomorrow if it's sunny. I'll message you in the morning. If not, he recommended like don't go on the weekend because like people are like drinking, smoking, even on the boat, so like disrupts the vibe. So I told him maybe I'll go tomorrow if it's sunny. If not, like I said, Tuesday looks like it will be, so I would maybe go like 11ish. And the other idea I had, you guys, they have freaking parasailing on the beach for $15. So I was like, ooh, I want to dress up in my beautiful pink dress that I got specifically like to align to my vibe and flow and for my birthday, and wear the dress when I go parasailing, and then do like a trash the dress experience in the water, like what I envision for like my post for me to do as like a video shoot, etc. But what I also envision and have for years for me with my wedding dress after I get married. So that's here in Montanita. And then I'm still planning on doing like a full day at Ayampe and a loan that you can take, you guys, while you're spending or investing, $5, $6, $7 at Starbucks. I can take like a super nice bus for like, or a colectivo, like a smaller, like, van for freaking 50 cents down the coast to go visit Ayampe or Alone. So I plan on, visiting each of those for like a day or half a day. And then also Machalia National Park, where the famous Las Fraias beach is. So yeah, and then originally when I sent this newsletter out, I had next travel included baños in Quito, but then I reformulated again to simplify, to simply align to Mencora. So is what's happening next. So with that, leave a review on the show, drop your IG handles or your websites. I can shout you out. And as always, remember, create, transform, and inspire because you are born to.